you can see, it's just me and Jeff at the moment. We've got a few technical issues. Oh, and there's shall I let Louise in at the bottom there? Oh, Louise is here.
No, she's not. She's gone.
Hold on, Louise is here. Can we hear you, Louise?
Yeah, I'll go with it, but
yeah, you can. We can hear you. I'll see if Dave comes back. Anyway, so welcome to Engine Room Chat. We've got again some technical issues. Apparently, Saul has got no internet, so he's struggling to get on, and Dave is having trouble with his microphone. So we're really, really sorry about that. We're going to try and bring him in as and when they come. So at the moment, we have Chili Jam Jeff over there. And then down below, we have Louise from Narrowboat Changing Pace.
hi.
Dave. Oh, there's Dave at the bottom. Let's see if he works. Dave, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Where?
Okay, so we're live, Dave. No swearing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to come off now because it's not really my bag.
Okay, all right. We'll run with us three for now, and then if Saul makes an appearance, we'll add him in. So thanks, Louise.
See you guys later. Have a good chat.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers. Thank you. So right.
Sorry about that. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't see comments. I can't see anything. I can see you two guys.
That's all that matters. Then we can see you, Dave, and we can hear you. So that's the main thing.
Dear.
Right. So it's the first Monday of the month. It's the day after Crick's finished, where we've all been to. So I will do the normal and go round the table of what people have been up to and anything they want to chat about, or anything they saw at Crick, or anything they wanted to get from Crick, and I can probably fill in a little bit for Saul because I know what he was looking at Crick. So we'll have a little chat about that. So we'll go straight to that way, Jeff.
Yeah.
You can find out what you've been up to and where you've been on your boat.
Last time we was on here, we was in Lanzarote, obviously, and we couldn't get through. But while we was in Lanzarote, we took the boat in to be blacked at Wyvern Shipping. Can't fault them. Done a really good job. Done a couple of little bits as well for us at the same time, and kept it while we was away. They moored it for us as well, all in the price. So can't praise them enough. Absolutely brilliant. Give it an engine service, engine oil and filter. I've changed all the fuel filters now, the water trap and everything. That's the first time I've done the fuel filter since we've had it. And I think, touch wood, that's cured the problem under the engine for some reason.
What you thought was oil, didn't you? Or
it was orangey, watery stuff. Since I've done it, we was out this weekend and it's bone dry. So I don't know if it was the water trap on the filter leaking or what. Yeah. So I've done all that. Put a new set of heater plugs in it as well because it was a little bit sluggish starting. Although I did take them out and test them and they all seem to be working. But hey ho. So
is it starting better now?
It did first when I done all the filters. It started straight up, and then the second time I went to use it, it took a little while, but it might have just been airlocked or something. Yeah. So yeah, they were 17 quid each plus VAT. They were really dear, them things, and they was a nightmare to get hold of.
The glow plugs.
Yeah, nightmare.
Because of the engine, or
well, they couldn't recognise the part number on them. You know how they are; they're that old. They cleaned them up, and then they even rung up some firm that supplies them. They didn't recognise the part number, but I got it in the end, and I've put a new front light on as well.
Oh yeah, no, I think you showed me that.
Yeah,
it's a bar light, wasn't it? An LED. Yeah. Was it a bar?
Yes, it's for a 4x4, but it works straight.
Oh,
so yeah, that's about it, eh?
Hang on, is that Saul down the bottom? Yeah, it is. Hold on, hang on. Here we go. He's in.
How are you doing?
You all right?
Oh, what a day I've had.
Yeah, we're live, no swearing.
That's not a boat.
No, you're not in the boat.
No, internet EE went down earlier on today.
So you gone back to the house?
I've gone back to the house and EE's come back on again now. typically.
Yeah.
But
So
So yeah, that's as far as I've got. We went out the weekend, went down halfway down the Aylesbury Arms and turned around and come back.
you didn't fancy it, did you?
It's just full of weeds, full of rubbish. It was just horrible. So
Yeah, it's a real shame because it is a nice arm.
yeah, could
have you
be.
done-
It just wants dredging.
Yeah, I don't know. It's only it is a bit of a one. There is certain times of the year to go down
Once
there.
you get to red houses, it's only like narrow. All the weeds have grown in. You can only just get one boat through it.
Yeah, I know it's narrow. I know it's bad. Yeah,
Yeah, so
it can be bad, but
we turned around and come back. It's just outside Marsworth.
did you buy anything from Crick?
RCR cover again.
RCR cover.
Yeah, that was 10% off and 10% because we had no claims discount.
Tell us again what deal. Tell us again. I know you told me off screen, but tell us what you get for that gold cover.
We
Just
get
quickly.
it's 200. How much was the cover, Sally? 200 and something. She's gone. It covers alternators, parts. They put a new alternator, water pump, fuel pump, water pump. It covers quite a lot. It
It's up to £1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, up to 1,000. It doesn't cover filters or wear and tear like fan belts, I think. But it does cover the fuel pump, water pump, only the engine water pump.
On the gold cover, up to £1,000 per visit. I think you said, wasn't it?
I think you're allowed full call 4 times a year, one person.
Yeah, which is not bad shout really for with the discount, is it?
No, it was all right. So we'd only walked in Crick within 2 minutes. You'd done that. That was 200 and something quid straight away.
Yeah.
Apart from that, there was loads of stuff I could have bought, but just buy it. I think half the time for the sake of buying it.
Yeah.
I would like more like what you bought, them rope buffers, whatever you call them.
Fenders.
Yeah, but we've still got ours. So while they're still there and usable, why buy new ones?
Yeah. And have you got any plans to go out now?
We're going out beginning of August. We're going to go up, hopefully go down the Oxford Hole. We want to get the boat further up before we start our holiday.
Yeah,
so actually
South Oxford, yeah? Oxford,
yeah.
Down to Banbury, Oxford way, yeah?
Way down that way.
Yeah.
2 weeks, and then obviously after 2 weeks, you just bring it back at weekends.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's brilliant idea.
Dale, who's retired, he's going to be around that area.
Dale, was he retired, is he?
Yeah, he's retired apparently.
Is he? I can see he said evening all on the comments.
Yeah. So
that's how your retirement was going.
yeah. So hopefully we'll meet up with him.
Yeah.
And it'll be somewhere different, you know.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice on the.
Yeah, I've seen it when I've been driving past. It looks, a couple of places I've seen looks really nice. So
it's very rural.
Yeah, that's what you want. Somewhere where dogs can just run.
Yeah, they'll love it. They'll love it.
Yeah, they will.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully we'll catch up with you on that as well at some point, because we'll be up and around, hopefully out on the boat in August time.
Yeah, well,
and you'll have to go past us literally to get there.
Yeah, that's right. So let's say we're going to take it up in stages before we start the fortnight's holiday, so we can actually go somewhere different. But
apart from that, it's all been good, no problems.
Yeah, no problems. It's spot on. Yeah, no problems at all with her.
Cool. All right, we'll leave it there with you, Jeff, and we'll go to Saul, seeing as he's underneath you on my screen anyway. We'll go that way around. So it was good to see you at the weekend, Saul.
Yeah, it was grand. Yeah, good weekend.
It was a good weekend for anyone that went to Crick. It was a good show. The weather was great on Friday, not so good on Saturday and Sunday, but still all right. So what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been looking at new engines, obviously. I just need to sell a kidney or something for one of them Beta Marine ones at $9,000.
Yeah, it weren't a cheap engine, was it?
No, I quite fancy one of them Barry Shire ones. What's that?
It did look very shiny.
Yeah. So I think I'll stick with mine and just fiddle with it a bit more.
There's nothing wrong with yours. It all sounds fine.
Yeah.
I think I might need to adjust the timing on it, so I'll have to have a chat with you, Jeff, about how I'm going to do that at some point. Get an in-depth thing.
Yeah, it's not hard. There should be a mark on the wheel normally, and there'd be a mark on the pump The pump should be on slots. You don't
Yeah.
have to move it.
Yeah,
you don't
it
have
is, yeah.
to- Yeah, you don't have to move it a lot.
No, I think I'm just a little bit out, just a tiny bit out, I think.
Somewhere on the flywheel,
but I'm gonna do.
a little cover.
Yeah,
Normally
well, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to do
Yeah.
the inspection hatch first for the oil breather. Get that done, and then if that doesn't clear it, then I know its timing's out just ever so slightly.
You can do valve stem seals with the engine in and the head on. I've done them before. It's a bit fiddly. You have to take injectors out, take the rockers out, get the piston top dead centre, nice socket extension, bosh the top of the valve, the collets come off, the spring comes off, take your, what do you call it, of your seal off, put it all back on, just hold the valve up with a bit of welding wire, get a bit of metal, bend it in a U with an hole in it, push it down, put the collets back on.
There you go.
Right.
It's a bit fiddly, but it can be done. I've done it. It saves taking the head off.
Might give that a go.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, they had the head off and it all fixed, like, and
no, they should be all right.
So
If
I'm
you
assuming-
replace them, as long as you replace them, they should be. It's
Yeah.
got to be tiny. But it sounds fine. I won't
Yeah.
be worrying too much.
Didn't you say it was building up
That's-
a bit of pressure, Sol?
yeah, my heating doesn't work. But I think I was talking to Jeff actually, and we think it might be that I'd overfilled it with water.
Yeah,
The
you know
coolant
what,
header tank, expansion tank, had overfilled it a bit, so I might just suck some more out and just see where we're at from there.
Is it on the maximum? Is it? Or was
Yeah.
it on the- yeah.
But when
maximum don't fill it. The same as engine oil. You should, as long as your oil in between the two marks, leave it alone. An engine will find its own
Yeah.
level. You can keep topping up and keep getting rid of it until it finds its own level.
Yeah, because my bilge is full of water again, so I'm assuming I went too mad and filled it up too much.
Come out of the overflow.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, just when it's running, do your pipes get hard? I know that sounds bad.
They're all
But I mean, you know what I mean. Have you got hard pipes?
when it's running sweet, yeah, they do. What I've noticed on the last time I had it going was one end of the expansion tank, the rubber boot that was on there swelled up a bit,
Right.
and it was quite a lot of water. After I'd done it, there was quite a lot of water in the bilge. So, as Jeff said, we think it might just be that I overfilled it. I got a bit too, generous with the water, like with the coolant. And
Yeah.
I normally, if I take my head tank lid off, and I put my finger in it, as long as I touch water, that's it.
yeah,
As long as it's in there, don't worry about it.
Someone said that to me about
Yeah.
nut shell. Actually, they said it should be it was below half. He said because
As long as
otherwise,
you touch it with your finger, just about touch it, and it's fine.
he said the water had nowhere to
Yeah.
expand to, and that's the whole
Yeah.
point of an expansion tank.
Right.
yeah,
As it gets hot, it expands into the tank, and if it's already full, it just comes out the overflow.
Got nowhere else to go, has it?
yeah,
So it's best to have it just so it's got some water in it to fill up. When you get cars, they're normally about halfway, aren't they?
Yeah.
On the tank, but yeah. So anything else?
Don't go buy the new engine for $9,000. Give me the $9,000 and just carry on.
Yeah, we'll split.
No, I want
the
that
9
hydrogen fuel cell thing for 7.
Yeah, we'll give you advice for $9,000. All right,
Yeah.
for 10 years.
Lot of
Yeah,
money.
Yeah, I got a bit carried away. I was going to buy everything. Just
Yeah, you always
this
do
new
that.
hydrogen fuel cell. I was all, that's dreamy, and my missus was like, no,
Okay,
Stop
that was
buying
quite
things.
dear as well, wasn't it?
that was $7,000.
And
Yeah.
basically,
It's all,
explain to everyone what a hydrogen cell did, Son.
it just supplied you with a bit of electricity. Do your lights and charge your laptop.
What did it run on though?
It's a good idea. It's $7,000 outlay because it's a new thing. Obviously, it'd be cheaper if a lot more people have it. But I think it's about £100 a month to run. But in the wintertime, when you've got not a lot of solar and you're having to run the engine a lot, especially with price of fuel now, it may well become quite, you know, cheap enough to run that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's like with the electric engines. It's all future stuff. This is going to possibly come in the
evolve,
future.
isn't it? It's going to evolve over
Yeah.
years. And if you get in now, they go. Louise is asking, how does it work? How does it generate?
It just
power?
burns hydrogen, and that goes into a box. It just creates electricity. It does. It's, you know, similar thing to solar power. You know, it just all the power goes into a box, and that gets distributed throughout the boat to whichever things you've got hooked up to it. So, you know, your fridge, your telly, your lights, everything.
It looked like a roof box, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was about 5 foot long, wasn't it? 2
It
bottles
was
in it.
5 foot long and about 18 inches to 2 foot tall, wasn't it?
It
Yeah,
said it
quite
could
light
about
apparently as well.
200
It was only like.
watts.
You said what, Dave? What was that, Dave?
It said it put 200 watts out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not enough to do washing machines and stuff like that. Then.
No.
I think you'd struggle with anything above a, you know, laptop and lights and a fridge and stuff like that. I think you'd struggle, but I think if prices come down, then it's great for in winter.
Yeah, and the stuff will develop when it will get better. I'm sure it will get better as it goes, as does everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, save your $7 grand. I mean, that means you spent 16 grand already, so on a bit.
That big river. Yeah, there was that big river cruiser as well. I wanted to buy that. I know that was $500,000.
You fancied that, did you? That'd be any good to you up on the Lancaster. To be fair,
I'll spend a bit of time on the river link. I'll be all right in there.
Yeah. I've just seen a question. I know Dave can't see him, but this is a quick question I'll go to very quickly, and if I can remember how to do it. How do I do it, Lisa? Oh, hang on. Oh, no. How do I put that on the bottom of the thing?
Hold on.
If I want to put that message up on the screen.
You need to go here, the chat.
All right, okay. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Show.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hang on. Let's just put this question. Here we go. So this is a question from yet another canal adventure. How long do we think we've got left with diesel supply, seeing how things are going with fossil fuel prices and supply?
Years.
20, 30 years at least.
Yeah, I think it's going to see me out.
Yeah, see us out.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. I think the supplies tend to be pretty good on it, and to be honest with you, knowing what you can run a diesel engine on anyway, you can always go back to converting biodiesel, can't you?
Cooking oil.
Yeah.
Cooking oil, yeah. Smell like a fish and chip shop, but
you can do it in your car, but
apparently the older engines do it.
Because when they follow you, they smell like a chip shop.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
they get you pulled over then.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that one off. But yeah, so yeah, didn't spend the money, so save your money and just and you haven't finished your roof yet either, have you?
No. But I did get the bargain of it was the best buy of the whole show, and it's Dave to thank for that, and that's a new part for me exhaust.
Yeah, yeah.
10 quid. Can't moan at that.
It was in like a box.
Bits and bobs box, wasn't it? Bits and bobs.
Yeah, bits and bobs box. 10. I think it was a tenner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a tenner, and that was the best buy of the weekend. That.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
So, and what about cruising plans, so?
We're cruising down the Lanky now. We're just heading towards Garstang. So, in the next 6-8 weeks, we should be down the Glastonarm, down to Garstang, and then we're going down to Preston. Sort of like the end of summer, probably. We'll get towards Preston way.
Yeah.
And then I've got to black the boat, get it surveyed.
Are you any chance you get coming across the water?
We're aiming for next April.
Are you
First trip over. Yeah.
get onto the network?
Yeah, we're going to head. Well, we want to go to Ripon, but things might change. We might come down south a bit and then go back up towards Ripon. You know.
Yeah, I think it's you've done it on once, haven't you? You came from Wilton, so and there's plenty to explore.
Yeah, we fancy the East Coast because we don't really go around there much. You know, I'd like to do Norfolk Broads.
Would you?
Yeah.
That'd be Dave's shaking his head.
Yeah. Why not, Dave? What's up with Norfolk Broads?
Because you've got to go out to sea to get to it.
There ain't that. We'll be fine.
Have you got to
go wrong?
With your track record on tidal rivers, nah.
RCR won't help you there. You'll definitely have to be the RNLI out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a membership now.
We got a membership, lifetime membership. Oh well, that's good. And anything else you're doing, or is that
just got to get the boat painted? I was talking to the guy from Owertroll, and he said he's given me the paint that I need, and he's given me everything that all the information I need. So I'm just going to rub it down, not take it back to bare metal, and paint over what I've got. And he said, "Yeah, that'll be fine, be sorted."
I know. So I just saw Edith McLeod said that we bypassed a comment, but I actually didn't bypass it. Was going to come. We tend to come back to the comments at the end. It's just I saw the diesel one at that point and it was relevant, so I thought I'd put it up. So I wasn't bypassing your comment. I think it's Eldif. I will come back to it. We will come back to it at the end. So when we do some questions from the chat. Anyway, so what we'll do is, if you're finished, Sol, we'll skip over to Dave.
Yeah.
And see what Dave's been up to. He's in his new van hideout.
New van.
Yeah.
Old one's gone.
Yeah.
Great to see you all at Crick at weekend. Fabulous weekend. Weather were better than we thought, but Louis spent about 100 grand over the weekend virtually. Luckily, we ain't got 100 grand in mine call City gone. But yeah, we were looking at windows because we've got Caldwell's single glazed windows in, so we're looking at upgrading to double glazed windows, and we went to see 3 or 4, and they're all coming out about 4 grand. 4 grand. So.
Nice windows, though, weren't they? They were very nice windows.
There's some lovely windows, some really good systems out there now with double glazing. Whereas when I first built boat 10 or so years ago, if you wanted double glazing, you more or less had to put house windows in. There were no, and they were insanely expensive and not very good. But I think technology's moved on, and they've got thermal breaks in them and all sorts now. So that's something that we're going to look at moving forward. We're also looking at a Pram cover because we had a new crutch put on last year by Kinver Covers, who I'd highly recommend. So I spoke to a few cover people, and Kinver were the cheapest again. I worked out at 3.7 for them to do that.
Yeah.
So again, nearly 4 grand. We saw a lovely camper van. That was 70 grand. Yeah. But we, there were we bought a few little bits and pieces. I got an air filter for engine and some little bits and bats, but mainly spent my money on beer.
Nothing wrong with that.
So it
It's
were
a
a good weekend. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed meeting loads of people, mainly yours and Lisa's fans, but you know,
No, you had a few fans.
yes, we
There's
did.
fans of
Yeah,
yours there as well, and so.
It was just nice to put faces to names that you see on YouTube and things like that. It's really great to meet them in person, especially Jeff. Look totally different in real life to how he does on camera.
Far better look
But,
than on real life.
yeah. So, but other than that, apart from Crick, we moved a couple of times on boat. On a little bit of moving, no real problems. Touch wood on boat, just general maintenance and stuff like that. No, it's actually gone wrong or broke down. Couple of things that I need to get on with, but we keep going away at weekends, so I don't have time to do repairs.
You did your fire rope, Louise is saying.
Yes, fire. Yeah, got fire rope. Did that last night. Put that on last night. Hopefully, that'll have gone off and solved us a few problems. Because when I did it before, I only used 8mm rope, and when fire were on, you could see little gaps down edge. So I weren't happy. Louise weren't happy about that. So I got some 10mm rope and door. Once I put it on the closed door, it's nice and tight, you know, when you're closing the door. So I think I just changed. I changed rope for wrong rope. Put some new fire breaks in, cleaned chimney and everything before we went down to Crick. So fire should be in tip-top shape now, coming into summer and ready for winter.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got a little bit of. I'm still not happy with boiler. It keeps losing water. I don't know where it's losing water to. Thought I'd solved it with shutting radiators off and just heating hot water. But last time we used it level dropped again. But it didn't seem to be leaking, so I don't know where that's going. So I need to sort that out. But it's just getting around to it at the moment. I haven't had a minute. So
you've been busy running around. You've done some miles.
Yeah, I've done some miles. I've had van 3 week. I've done 1,200 mile in it so far. In 3 weeks. So
it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's I'm happy with that. A few snagging things. It's got to go back. It's under warranty. I bought it from a dealer, so it's got to go back. And once it's sorted those few little niggly problems up, I should be good and get some work done on inside of it. Get it insulated and kitted out.
And you're in Wales at the moment, are you? You've got plans to coming back over in the boat this way?
I think we're doing Silver Propeller Challenge for anybody who's interested in that. It's run by Inland Waterways Association, and we missed. There's about 6 locations in Birmingham which we did last year, and we missed one. So we sort of like going past Birmingham on his way south. So I think we're going to nip into Birmingham on his way down, collect that location, and then there's a couple dotted about. So we'll be sort of like weaving his way down, eventually down towards Kennet and Avon. That's the long-term plan. But what we did do at Crick was we spoke to Environment Agency about going on middle level, because they've changed rules about that a little bit. Whereas your gold license used to cover you for the whole network, the middle level commissioners have pulled away from EA. So you now got to buy another license on top of that. So when we've sort of like gone down, done Kennet and Avon into Bristol, come back across, we wanted to come up and do Oak Fens and Rivernine and all that. And then not want to lose bucket lists off, come across, wash up into Boston. And they gave us some good advice. They were really helpful on that stall. But yeah, so give us a few free maps and a few places to phone up to get pilots and organise things. So yeah, as future plans, yeah, that's all looking good, really.
Yeah. But apart from that, you everything else is all right. And would that be next year, or when you're open to do that?
I would say if it's going to be next year, it'll be late next year. It'll probably be year after when we do that.
So
Because
2024.
yeah, we've every time. This is first year we've been out cruising and took us time and seen things, and we don't have to rush. It's not like we've got to get back to the zone mooring for winter. So we spent last winter out mainly up till Christmas around Chester and Ellesmere Port, and then we sort of like come on to Llangollen and just poodled about. There's some absolutely fantastic scenery on Llangollen, and we've just moored out that way and enjoyed scenery. So and that's what boating's about, taking it easy. And you don't have to boat if it's raining. You don't have to boat because you've got to get back to a base and that. So it's been a complete change of pace, hence the pun, changing pace. And we're really enjoying it.
Good. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. And when you do eventually retire, Dave, as is Jeff, as when Jeff eventually retires, and we all eventually retire, we'll hopefully be able to do a lot more cruising too.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? I'm just plugging my phone in. Just tell me when we're at. Just got it. Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, you don't buy a boat to sit on a marina, do you? It's I know people do, and that, but we bought our boat to go out cruising and see the network, and people have boats for different reasons. We never wanted to be in a marina. It were a means to an end when I stripped inside out and had it spoon-formed. It suited us, and then COVID hit, and that. So we had 2.5-3 years in marina in Sheffield. But we continuous cruise before that, and that's what we've gone back to doing now.
Cool. That's cool. That's cool, Dave. That's what it's all about, apparently. But everything else is good. So
yeah,
if you've done, I'll go on to say what I'm up to, and then what we'll do at the end. There's quite a lot of stuff going on in the messages which you can't see, Dave. So we'll scoop through all of those at the end, because there's a few questions and stuff, and we'll go through those as we can. So I'll keep mine as brief as I can. So we haven't been out on our boat much. We've taken it out a couple of times just to do jobs. I've started sanding down the roof, which people have seen, and I've patched it up. to get rid of the rust spots that were on the roof. Alternator, I'm not 100% on the alternator. I don't think I know they refurbed it, but I don't think it's charging the ledge. It's got a split charger on it. Sorry, a split charger like you have on a motorhome.
Yeah.
And whenever I turn it on, the batteries when we're cruising, the batteries only seem to make it to about 12.6, 12.5. And they seem to hold it. There's only 2 on there, and they are brand new. They seem to hold it okay. But I've temporarily. We bought a new fridge as well. We bought a new Shoreline fridge on our way down from when we brought the boat down, and I've installed that. And what I've done is I've put my 2 little, I think they're 120 watts each, solar panels to temporary on the boat, just on the leisure batteries. And when I went down there the other day, and I've left the fridge on, it's on low. But I've left the fridge on. It's got some drinks and bits and pieces in the fridge, and it was reading 13.7 on the battery bank.
Mm-hmm.
When with the solar panels, that's without starting the engine, and that's the most it's ever been from when I was running it as well. So I don't know whether the split, because I know the way the split charger works. It charges the starter battery first, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then when it gets to 12 point, whatever the setting is, 12.8 or 12.7, it'll then switch over and start doing the leisure batteries.
That's how it should work. Yeah.
That's how it should work. So I just need to make sure and see that it's a tiny little alternator as well. It's really small. I think it's only 110 or something.
Glenn.
Yeah.
And if you're coming down to the 3 locks, when you get to Stoke Hammond, there's that marina, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Willow.
Our electrician does alternators. Take it in there and get him to check it for you.
Yeah, well, it's been refurbed. It was refurbed by the people I bought it from. It wasn't working at all. It was not working.
How big a job is it to take it off? 2 bolts? 3 bolts?
Yeah, it should be. It should only be 3 bolts.
Take it into him. If you look where the marina is,
I know where it is. Yeah, I've seen him up in the corner.
There's some units at the back in there. He's pretty good. He's cheap and all.
Is he?
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper than what I had to pay to get it refurbed, mate. I tell you.
Yeah.
I paid a lot of money for that refurb.
If you've got a tester, a 12-volt tester, you should be able to check how much voltage is coming out at.
It needs to be about 13.8, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should be up to 13.8, 14 volts.
Yeah.
So if you're inputting that out, it's either not energizing or it's not being done correctly. Because like your solar panels, when you're charging, your voltage on your batteries should be up 13.5, 14 volts when it's charging from alternator.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at it. I'll have to have I haven't been under the, let's call it the bonnet, very much. I haven't been under there. There's a lot of, I've got to get rid of a lot of rubbish from under there, and I've got to repaint it, and I've got to make a new battery box and stuff like that, because the battery box is made out of bloody MDF. So someone's made it over the time out of MDF, and it's not going to last. So I need to make a decent. And I'm also considering I might even take, because at the moment I've got 3 batteries that are exactly the same. One's designated starter and the other 2 are leisure. So I might at some point put them all in sequence and then just get a separate starter, but just a normal cranking starter one.
Yeah.
So it's got a bit more crank on it rather than a leisure battery. So I'll see how we go. I've got to do that. So also, just to run through quickly, she's coming out the water on the 9th of July next month. It's been surveyed on the 11th. So fingers crossed and everything crossed that I haven't made a boo-boo on the purchase. It'll be all right. There's nothing it can't be fixed.
Nothing money can't fix anyway.
No, and I've allowed for it. I've allowed for it in the price of it, so it's coming out. I'll let everybody know how that goes. I probably won't be able to video it, but I'll be able to give the results. So I'll definitely do that. And I'm going to black it while it's out. So even though I've only got a week, if there's any repairs that need doing, I'll try and get them done in that period. If not, if there's no one in the week afterwards, I might be able to leave it up on the blocks at the marina. But if someone books it for the week after, I'll literally have that week. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to get it painted and blacked in that week. And then any repairs that need doing, there's no leaks on the boat anyways, but any repairs that need doing, I might have to do them later in the year. Maybe when winter comes round, get it back out again. Because where we're moored, it's really cheap to drag it in and out of the water. It's like 50 quid. So it's I could do it again this year. It's as long as it's done before the beginning of next year, because of the insurance on it, because it's 30 years old. So I'll get that done. The roof, we've also looked at we was looking at a paint job while we were at Crick. We found somebody that would be willing to do it. They're in Cheshire. We think they're in Nantwich, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but because of the size of the boat, as in small, it's quite difficult to actually get somebody to do it. Because they can do bigger boats, basically. So while they're doing a littler boat, it's not priced in well, not sequence, but you know what I mean, proportion. It's not priced in proportion. So basically, we're going to end up paying the same for a 30 foot as you might do for a 45. But that's what it is. It's going to be about $7.5 grand by the looks of it to get it painted. But that's windows out, back to metal, every nut and bolt taken out, and as many colours as we like, and it'll all be sign written as well to whatever we want.
You doing that?
You what?
Are you sign writing it? I see you having a go at Crick.
Yeah. Well, someone kept stamping on the boards next to me and making me slip. So yeah, as long as I've got no one around, no, I'd prefer a professional job. I'm sure with time I could practice and do it. Or I'd get my sister to do it because she seems to have She seems to have a dab hand at it. So, and I think Soul's quite good as well.
Yeah, I'll pay for it as long as you rename the boat 7. I'm your man.
Well, I might go 777.
Yeah, because the fourth one will be rubbish.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got a few jobs lined up for the boat. The interior we haven't done much with yet. I literally want to get the outside, make sure the hull's good, because if there's a massive issue with the hull, then obviously I need to invest some money in that rather than the inside, which can wait. The inside's perfectly usable as it is. So I'd rather get the hull sorted out, blacked. And that's what I was going to say. I was going to speak to you about that stuff. What was that stuff called you were talking about, Sol?
What's that?
The stuff that someone said to use on the water line or in the gas lockers and stuff like that goes off like a shell. Was it you I was talking to about? It's called something, and I can't remember what it's called.
No, that wasn't me. No.
Can't think what it was called. I was talking to somebody that I knew, and I mentioned it, and I thought one of you had said something about it, and it's called. I'll have to get the name off of him. But anyway, it's like something that converts rust, but then it then puts it takes quite a while to dry, but it then puts like a finish on it, which is like rock hard. So it seals it.
Is it that key? Was it Keelway or something like that?
Sorry to interrupt. It was that paint that you mentioned, Sol, called Ollie something.
Owatrol.
That's
Owatrol.
it.
No, that was for the outside of the boat. They do actually do a special one for bilges, I think, and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's marine oil. Marine oil, they call it.
Yeah, but it goes off like a hard shell, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'll send you the details of what I've got.
Yeah, because he said that's really, really good for stuff like gas lockers and floors and stuff like that, because once it's sealed, it's like rock hard. Just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
He does his water line in it. That's what he was saying.
Right.
He does his water. The guy I was talking to, he actually works for EA, and he won't let anyone else but himself do the blacking on his boat. And he said,
Yeah.
so all the years he's had it, I think he's had it since 2005. It's his new boat, and he's done the blacking every single year. And he said he found this stuff, and he treated his waterline with it, and then I think he went then over it with blacking as well, or 2-pack. I think he might have used 2-pack this time, but he was telling it was definitely worth a shout. He said it goes off like an eggshell, and it's really, really good. So
yeah, you can mix it with paint as well. It's a marine oil, it is, or something, it's a conditioner, paint conditioner as well. And it goes on, and it's bob on stuff.
Yeah,
I only need to do 2 coats on my boat, and it's fine.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going to look at that when it's out of the water. But apart from that, there's nothing. She's been touch wood. Engine's been sound. The stern gland seems to have settled down now. I didn't have to. Last few times I've taken it out, I haven't had to put too much grease in it, and there's no leaks, and the bottom's completely dry. So, and I am going to make my own rear cover as well. I've bought all the gear, no idea, to make my rear cover. I've got an industrial sewing machine. I've got canvas. I've got all the eyelets, and I'm going to give it a go. It's only a square back cover. It's not a stand-up one. It's just literally a cover with slight sides, which clip to the side. I'm going to see how it goes. It'll either go one or 2 ways. It'll either look all right, and it'll be all right, and then it might encourage me to make a crash cover as well, or it'll go horribly wrong, and the sewing machine will be on eBay for sale next week. one or the other way it will be. So, but yeah, apart from that, that's about me. Cruising wise, we're going out this weekend. We're hoping to go out once the boat's been out the water, and that we were talking about taking it out and doing a very similar thing to what you're going to do, Jeff. I think we want to go back down to South Oxford this year because it's quite hard work in nutshell, being 70 foot. So we quite fancy doing it in this small boat to see how much easier it is to cruise down there. And we might do the same thing as you, take it up so far and then go back to work.
Yeah.
And then go back another weekend, then have a week or 10 days off work, and then do it and come back again.
Uncharted waters for us.
Yeah,
waters for us up there.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's busy in the summer. It is busy in the holidays because there are at the top of the Oxford Arm there are a lot of hire boat companies.
Any pubs down there?
Is what? Sorry,
pubs along there.
There are a few along there. There's not as many as you'd hope. It's actually quite. It was still in lockdown, and there was quite a few not open. So it was there was still a few quite not open, but there wasn't as many because it's quite rural. But you go through Cropperdy, you go through a couple of other villages where there are some nice pubs, and if you make the pub your target, then you'll be all right. Yeah. We struggled more in some of those places because it was busy and because we were 70 foot. So this time 30 foot, squeeze in anywhere, turn around anywhere.
Pick it up and put it in the car park.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Pick it up and put it in car park.
Yeah, well, yeah, just put some wheels on it and roll it out, drag it out on the slip race. But yeah, so that's what we're up to. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go down these questions and see what we've got starting for. There's a lot here. Let's have a look from the top.
You start with early, is it?
It's what?
I think that's right. Is it early?
Yeah, I think Let's have a. I'm trying to go to the top of the. There's quite a few along here. The Cat. So Cat was here earlier on. Hello, Cat. Thank you for watching. And it's this lady here from Scotland. And all right, her name is Let's see. I'm going to see if anyone can fancy down to pronounce that, and it's Gaelic.
I think it's early. Early.
There you go. So
No,
I don't know if she's still here, whether she's hung on to the end, but she's done well, and I wasn't avoiding her, I promise. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm going up Scotland next month.
We'll go down and see what else we've
Yeah.
got here.
Yeah, I'm going up to Scotland next month. So yeah, it's going past Loch Ness actually.
So it was hello to the Tanner family's memories. They said hello. So I'm just trying to scroll down without losing anything. Kat asked if everyone had fun at Crick, and we did. I think it was a good. It's a shame. I definitely are taking my boat next year without fail. Boat is going to Crick. It'll make life a lot easier, and we will stay over. We found somewhere to plot it up, so I think it'll be a good one. So we did have fun, and we will be taking the boat. So apparently, Dave, you've got silver cover RCR cover.
Yes, we have. Yeah.
So what does that cover?
It's very similar to gold cover. It's a bit cheaper. I think it's 500 quid, up to 500 quid. Replacement parts. But it's worth its weight in gold. I mean, we used four times in first 2 weeks of this year. So but we got cover through his insurance. So you still have to pay 50 quid call out fee, but we were having to pay for parts and the engineer's travel and that. Where the membership, the bronze, silver and gold, all you do is you pay the 50 quid call out and they fix it. It's as simple as that. When we were continuous cruising before we had new engine put in, they even replaced our gearbox on old BMC. A bloke came out, he took the gearbox off, took it away, come back, put another gearbox on it.
Oh, really? What came in the money?
Can't fault it, can you?
Yeah. You can't argue. I know one or two contractors aren't great. The contractor we have when we had Diesel Bug last year, he weren't great, but generally they're fairly good. I think for money it's a no-brainer. If you do a lot of cruising, it's a no-brainer. You've got to be a member.
Have you got relay as well with that, Dave? Because we've got relay. They tow it home.
I don't. Yeah, I think you are. I think we have.
Yeah.
I think it's just not quite as much, money that you can claim in one go, but it's spot on.
Yeah, like if we're up Oxford, with you say we go to Oxford and we break down, they will bring the boat back and they will take us home first.
Yeah.
So it's just, if we're out for a fortnight holiday and it breaks down second from last day, we're knackered. So it's just work. It's peace of mind.
Yeah. See, we got ours through as insurance, and when we went to them and said we want to, and they said, "All right, you get a discount."
Yeah, we did it show
through your insurance. So it worked out. I think it worked out less than 120 quid for a year for us. So
I think ours was 230, something like that, because we had 2 years no claims and a 10% discount at the show.
So it's worth having
the 10% discount if anybody wants it.
Yeah, general consensus is you should have it, basically.
Yeah.
So we'll go with that. So yeah, definitely worth doing. This was Eldif earlier. This is one of her comments. Basically, she said we need to come to Loch Ness to look for the Loch Ness monster. I'm not sure we can get on there, can we?
You probably could, but
it's big, isn't it? It's a big bit of water, that is. So
Yeah.
we're just scrolling down. Where are we? That's the diesel supply one that we did answer earlier. And then missed YouTube. We missed the narrowboat mum. I think we missed her, and we didn't. She was at Crick, and we missed her, unfortunately. So, and then Kath just mentioned about LDIF. I think this must be one of her friends. That's why she shared it in her. That's where our friend got us from. So then Sean said, "What do we think about hybrid engines?"
Not a lot.
Nah.
Something else to go wrong in it. Just, nah.
Yeah, me and Saul were talking about it when we were walking around Crick, didn't we?
Yeah. Not yet.
Yeah.
It's going to be years yet before they're any good.
Hybrid engine, whether you've got a diesel generator or a diesel engine, you've still got to run that diesel generator or engine to generate your electricity to run your hybrid system. So
yeah,
I don't see point in it.
Unless it's solar, I suppose. But then you're not guaranteed it in this
It's not
country.
enough yet, though, are they?
Yeah,
Batteries aren't good enough yet.
You're never going to create enough solar power. In my opinion, I don't think you're going to create enough solar power to charge enough batteries that's going to give you enough.
Says Dave with the sun beating down through his van window there. We've got grey skies here, mate, so it would definitely be no good for us today.
It's just poking through a hole in black clouds that's round it.
Is it? All right. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm with Jeff a little bit. With it's just more to go wrong. That's what I think I prefer a real bog standard, old fashioned diesel engine that's got no electrics to go wrong, really, because you can pretty much run it up with no electronic ignition. You start.
I'll tell you a story, right? I used to work for a bloke called John Mann International, and they used to have some really nice lorries and some really old bangers, and they used to go down to Morocco, and they used to have to send the old bangers down to Morocco because if they broke down in Morocco, they could fix them. If they took a new lorry down there and it broke down, they couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
More things to go wrong with these modern stuff.
Yeah. I think it's I think you need to be around equipment, and I think narrowboat generally I would imagine the technology for most of the, and I'm not making a sweeping statement here at all, but along the canal network are probably used to working on the older basic diesel engines. There will become a time, it's like anything, electric, and it's going to go that way. But if you look at cars, it's only, RAC and AA can now cover you and sort you out. They're meant to have trained technicians, but I think the narrowboat world's probably a little bit behind that.
Yeah.
So I think I'll stick with my old diesel 2-litre engine. So, but yeah, nice thought. I'm not, but I know there's lots of people that are looking at it, and I know it's an emissions thing, and I get that. So let's have another little scroll down and see what else we got. What's this? This is, and I'll say this correctly. It's called Ship Happens. Right, and he said, I'm building my Irish portholes. Once I'm finished, I'll share, but still in the design process. We have 8 portholes either side. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see those once you've done it. So yeah, definitely share it with us and come back, and that would be excellent. And then further down, Eldith said again, she's where they've got a big shipping port there, and I think I read further down that her dad was a sea fisherman somewhere down there. And there's one from Wayne Waring, and it says, I was talking to someone at Crick who said not to buy a new boat because they're still the steel is Chinese and rubbish. I'm better off buying an old boat. Now, I spoke to somebody about this. Now, I don't know how true this statement is because I spoke to someone about steel. And Dave, you'd be the expert on that, on how true that is.
It's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. I think if Chinese steel is very inferior, but if you shock blast it, prime it, and paint it right, and protect it, it should be okay.
That's what the guy said at the marina I bought our boat from. He said it's down to how it's
processed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of imperfections in it. So if you get a pinprick or a scratch and it starts rusting, if it hits one of them imperfections, you're likely to get a 5 or 6 milli blast hole in it, for want of a better word, where all imperfections in the steel, it'll just pop out, and then you've got an hole in your steel. Whereas if it's your base plate and it started out at 10 mil and you're at an imperfection and it blows out, your base plate's down to 4 mil in sections. So yes, there is a lot. It's not so much the steel's not the right steel. It's just got lots of imperfections in it.
Yeah. I did that. I heard that, and and a lot of it's down to prep and maintenance as well. Prep and maintenance. So right, so we'll do that. That's hopefully answered that question. Where are we? I'm new to the channel. There we go. Let's have a look at this one. This is Ken from Ship Happens. I'm new to the channel. Do we do this often? As I have to paint a set of valves and fix a water leak on the engine, but he hasn't got a clue. Jumping in. What's that? Is it a plan? Does that make sense?
I can't see it, Glenn, mate.
I don't see it.
I'm new to the channel. Do we do this often? As I have to paint, set the valves, fix the water leak.
Oh, maybe he's got to paint. All right, okay, yeah, sorry. He's got to paint a boat. He's got to put a set of valves in. He's got to fix a water leak on an engine.
Has he got to put a set of valves in, or has he just got to do the tappets?
Oh yeah, I don't know. He doesn't. He's still on, so I'm sure he might come back to us on that. But yeah, we do it. We try and do that. We try and do this every first Monday of the month. So if you've got a list of anything that you're doing, not live, but you want help with, we'll do our best to answer any questions for you on that, on all those things. I mean, obviously we're not professional painters, but we'll have a go. And the valves, obviously, Jeff's already spoken about valves and water leaks. Depends where it is, but obviously we'll try and help you as much as we can on this channel. So yeah, any questions next time, you can always drop us a message, and we can talk about it. Definitely. Oh yeah, I see Louise already answered that about when it's. He's basically saying that. He's a master. He's a jack of all trades, master of none. I think we all fall into a bit of that. Well, Jeff's a diesel fitter, so he should know. He should know lots about diesel engine, and Dave knows a lot about steel because he's done it. I think for your whole life, forever. And Saul's a good builder.
Yeah.
So between us, we sort of muddle along, but. Right.
Yeah, he's got a set of tappets, it's just said.
It's what? Sorry?
He said he's got a set of tappets.
Oh, okay.
That's simple.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries. Don't worry about it. My English is terrible anyway. So, we'll come to that. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to get to. You might have heard of this, Dave. Oh, this is all to do with my splitter on my alternator. He said, is it dumb or a VSR relay? Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard of both of them, and I have one when we had our BMC engine. in the boat, and it had got a single alternator.
Right.
I'm going back 8-9 years, and that had got a smart split charging system on it that didn't work. It just didn't work.
Right.
And then the electrician come in because I'd set it up. I bought it, set it up, and electrician friend of mine come in. He says, "Yeah, you've set it up right. It's just not working."
Right.
And
Which one did you have? Did you have a VSR or a dumb one?
I don't. It weren't the dumb one. It must have been VSR. I don't remember exact name of it.
Right. Because what his next thing he said basically, if it's a dumb relay, definitely upgrade it to a VSR relay.
I prefer from what I can gather, a dumb split one is where you have to manually click it from which battery bank you want to charge it, and that would be my preferred option, because then you can see if you've got a voltmeter on your batteries on your battery bank. We've got a smart gauge on ours, so we can tell what voltage we've got on either of his battery banks when we're cruising, when we stood. And I wish I'd have gone with the dumb system, because then you can manually switch it to which battery you want to charge. And I think, like you guys have said, there's less to go wrong. The smart system I had just didn't work. It were a waste of money.
It's funny you say that, because I remember now, on top of the battery box, when the bloke did the wiring before we picked it up, I've got a kill switch for the starter battery, and then next to it, behind the relay that he said was the switch relay, there is another toggle switch, but it says on and off, and I thought it was an on and off for the leisure batteries. I thought it was an on and off for the leisure batteries for the cabin, and it's not, because it works both ways. So that must be the charger switch for each one.
Yeah,
it's got to be. That makes sense now, because that the other day when I had it switched over, I think I went to start the boat after we'd been sitting there for a little while, and it was a little bit tired. It's only a tiny engine, and so I'm wondering whether I'd switched it over, thinking I was, thinking I was disabling or enabling the leisure batteries, and it's actually turned it over to the leisure batteries, and it hasn't been charging the starter battery.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'll do that with a meter. So I've got a meter that I can do that, because he now says on his next one, he said 13.8 volts could be your float. If solar is connected to domestic, it'll be fine. The dumb relay feeds from the starter. So yeah, that would make sense. I get that. I do get that. I'm going to check that out this weekend. I've got all the bits I need. Oh, there we go. And this is the next one. He said, ideally you want the alternator connected to the domestic and the VSR charger connected to the starter. I don't know how that works. I'm going to check out what that VSR thing, it could be what you were talking about, Dave, but I'll check it out what that means. So that's great. So we'll check that out. That's a good bit of info anyway. Hybrid works full electrics does not. Where are we? You can. What's this question? This is the same guy again. Same chap again. You can add hybrid to literally any engine with complications, of course. You drive with an engine, but you can cruise in silence. Right. Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? That's basically when you have to charge the bank up to make it work. So we also
some people swear by it. I'm not convinced.
No, I think if you have to run a diesel engine, you might as well run a diesel engine for propulsion. But I get the silent thing, but you know, yet another canal adventure. We've removed our multi-fuel stove as it was unsafe. Should we put another one in multi-fuel or buy something different diesel?
Put another one in. Put another one in.
Preference in it.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always find something to burn. You can't always find diesel.
Yeah. So
With price of diesel, I'd rather burn coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or logs or wood or
Buy a
whatever.
house with a chimney, because you can always find something to burn.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would. I know some people don't like the mess, but you know, anyway.
Yeah, I know it's dusty, but put up with that.
Yeah. Okay. So
I was talking to those compost people at the show, and they're saying now that they're using the stuff that they're taking out of the toilet and they're burning that, making peat logs and, you know, burning like peat logs.
Yeah. I heard that as well.
So
yeah, he said he's just got
take
the
a bit of drain out, right?
Yeah, he's just got the tappets, so he's obviously got to do the tappets on his engine, and he's got a 1956 Petter two-cylinder. That's ship happens. So he's only got two sets of tappets. I would imagine it'd be 4, wouldn't it? Outlet, inlet.
That's it.
Yeah.
2 lots of each.
Yeah. So yeah, we can definitely try and help you along with that. And then this last one from the same chap. It sounds like an isolator or a two-way isolator. That's what I love about boats. 100 ways to do the same thing. It's very true. However it is, I will find out what it is and I'll tell you what it is and what it does next time I'll do it. Now I've got an idea of what it's for. So yeah, I'll do that. But anyway, we've whittled on for 1 hour and 12 minutes, which is a record.
Multi-fuel it is then.
Yeah,
Definitely.
multi-fuel it is, and stick with your diesel engine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But no, it's been great.
Look at the environment.
Yeah, it's been great, chaps, and thanks. It's been great to see you at the weekend. So we'll sign off from Chili Jam Jeff, Dave from Narrowboat Changing Pace, and Barely Floating Soul in the bottom corner. We'll see you next time, and thanks everyone for the comments and watching, and we'll see you soon. See you later. Cheers.
Bye.